Hello, Monsters Abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 29 of my Khalida campaign. Now, I will preface this with I have had to reinstall Windows because my computer started blue screening, which is always a very stressful time in anyone's life, and because of that I had to reinstall Windows. So I've managed to save most of the settings, the save game, all that kind of stuff. Everything is mostly the same. However, some of the settings I couldn't import, so I had to do them manually. So if this sounds different or it's a little bit off, let me know. I think everything should be basically the same, but if it does feel a bit weird, let me know. I'll take another look. Also with that, apparently the microphone occasionally decides to not work, and so because of that I have already actually recorded this video once before, but just pointlessly because I was talking to myself, which I mean technically I'm doing anyway. But anyway, so I kind of know what's going to happen, sort of, and we will go after the Book of Nagash. Rakhash won't do anything. Vulture Mountain will rebel, but it'll be fine. And last time I did actually attack this book army over here with just Khalida, and I did win, but it was a little bit close. The flock of Jeff got away with 4 HP remaining. It wasn't a flock anymore, it was just one of Jeff. Just one of Jeff with 4 HP remaining managed to make it away from the battle. Most of my army was pretty damaged. And so because of that, I think it's probably best to take him on with 2 armies. That's probably going to make life a lot easier. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to be moving into the Badlands over here. And of course, last time, Chaos. We beat off Chaos. Well, we didn't beat off Chaos. That brings the wrong connotation. So we didn't beat them off. We defeated them. Defeated them in honourable combat. Poor old Chaos. They only want to kill everyone in the entire world. That's the only thing they want. That's their dream. And it pays to follow your dreams. And in Chaos's case, they decided, you know what, let's start off easy. We'll go to Nehekara. I mean, if we want to kill everyone in the world, everyone in Nehekara is already dead. Tick, job done, objective complete. Achievement unlocked. Unfortunately for them, the people of Nehekara do generally move around a little bit more than dead people usually. Well, not for the Warhammer world. I know people in the Warhammer world do generally get up and wander around even after they've had their throat cut. But certainly, Chaos probably thought that they didn't want to jump in the deep end. They'll get in at the shallow end. They'll start off but unfortunately for them, the shallow end had sharks in it, and the pool was made of acid. How did the sharks survive in an acid pool? That's for the scientists to decide. Who knows? But we managed to defeat Chaos. They're now gone for the moment. They probably will be back, because I think that was the starting lot. We'll get another lot when Archaon respawns, and then I think Archaon can respawn one or 2 times, depending on the difficulty level. So that's potentially something to just keep an eye on. But Rakhash over here, he's recruiting a Kemrian War Sphinx. So hopefully once that's done, he can head across the sea. We do have Araru. Araru is quite well travelled. He spent quite a while up in the mountains over here. Then he came down all the way out. Now he's going to sail over to Lustri. He's going to be the most well travelled tomb prince in Nehekara. So that's very exciting for him. We've also got some tech. I think we're going to go for Dark Brotherhood. So if they can disregard the former rivalries and toil together in common cause, Necrotechs can achieve engineering wonders. And that's going to give bonuses to Hyro Titans. We've only got one of them, but can't hurt to have the tech. I'm also want to Numas. There you are. We are going to get rid of this engraved wall over here because there is a rather handy pyramid we can build. We've also got, that's going to give us more canopic jars, more public order, winds of magic, and growth and casualty replenishment, which is going to be very nice to have. We've also got the building over here. Great Pyramid of Cetra is being constructed. That'll please Cetra. I mean, that's where we can put him, isn't it? Now he's dead, again, for good. We can put him in there. He'll enjoy that. Well, alright, he won't enjoy it, but that's where he's going. And that will then basically complete the campaign for us. We'll have the short campaign victory conditions. We've destroyed the following factions. We're maintaining 10 of them. We've got the Black Pyramid of Nagash, and we will then construct 5 of these buildings, and then we control all of those settlements jobs are good. But we could go on to the long campaign victory conditions, which means we have to destroy the vampire counts, the von Carsteins, Mousillon, and of course the Vampire Coast. We also need to recruit more of these units. That should be no problem. We need to construct all of the pyramids. That should be fine. And then we need to control these 17, which I think there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17. Yeah, so we have to control all of these. So we need to grab Castle Drachenhof, Schwarzhafen, Tempelhof, Mousillon, the Awakening, Poxmarsh, and the Blood Swamp. So maybe Rakhash can do that while he's over there. He can just pick those up for us. That'd be very nice if he could manage that. We'll have to see. La Mizash does have a skill point. I think I'm going to go for Returned in Madness because the charge bonus and physical resistance is just nice to have, I think. So let's do that. We're also going to get Rebellion down here, so we're going to move La Mizash down here to assist next turn. But we'll just give him a turn of replenishment, and I'm going to use Prince Deskhead to just beat up Vlad or Manfred, depending on who's on top. Currently, it's Manfred. So, I wonder if where is Matt? Ah, hello. There's Manfred.
Thine right is mine.
Okay, they've actually got quite strong armies. I have to give that to the AI in Total War Warhammer. They're actually doing pretty good at recruiting powerful armies. So let's go and assault the garrison over here. He can't quite reach. He can almost reach, but not quite. Never mind. We'll get it next turn. Got the Land of Assassins here. Let's go for the Growth Commandment. And it's going to tell us that we're going to get Rebellion, but we already know about that because it happened last time, which was a bit of a surprise. I hadn't realised things had gotten quite so bad down there, but apparently they have. I don't think we've got any public order buildings down there, so that's probably why. You know, hold my hands up. My bad. Forgot to build an obelisk. That's probably what everyone's just moping around, angry that they don't have an obelisk to stare at. Fair enough. That's on me. Hands up, you know. The main problem with reinstalling Windows is everything's just a little bit off. Like the mouse DPI is a little bit higher than usual, I think. It's just a little bit weird, and I don't like that. I like everything exactly set as it should be, and nothing changes. That's how I like it. I don't like things changing. Things should stop changing. So there's the Dwarf Army. And we've had, yeah, there's the Rebellion. We've got the settlement besieged. Mission failed. Chariots not on fire. Recruit a chariot. Well, we didn't do that, and I don't really care. Let's get La Mizash down here ASAP. Down he goes. We should go to the next turn. We should be fine. Kawataman does have a skill point. We are going to grab Arcane Conduit, because that's always a good option. Still need a little bit more time there. Peter Andre is going to just basically burn things down. We're just going to annoy Grimgor a little bit until we decide we're going to kill him. Obviously, when we declare war on Grimgor, where is he? Grimgor, there he is. We will be declaring war on Vlad as well, and Vlad does have some settlements down here, so we are going to have to be a little bit careful that they don't come sailing down from the north and attack our coastal settlements. So I might want to get another army. I could save Canopic Jars and get another one. That's an option. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, but we'll see. Khalida, can you come over here? And we want, I can use some mittens to do the same. We're going to try and head this army off. We're going to use both of our armies to do that. Seems like a sensible option. Numas, can we build the pyramid? Yes, we can. So we're going to get that one up and running. That's going to be a good one to have because it gives us replenishment and growth. Replenishment is incredibly powerful in Total War, so definitely always go for that if you can. Let's get Gordon Ramsay up to the north. There's not many greenskin settlements that have walls in the south. They're mostly, to be honest, I've got a lot that just don't have garrisons. So that should make life a little bit easier for us when we finally do declare war, which we are going to do. And King Satep, you can just sort of scooch up there, ready for next turn. In fact, can we just get through? Yeah, we'll do that. You get a little bit of attrition down here, but we've just passed that by, so that's good. I don't think there's anything else we can build. No, we've only got 617 golds left. That's not a lot. We assaulted the garrison there. Prince Deskhead done good work as per usual. And Prince Araru sailing across the sea. I think we're going to move Deskhead down. Maybe I think I'd quite like to assault Manfred a few times. Just beat his army up a little bit. That might give Vlad enough time to overpower him. To be honest, I just want them to keep fighting. The more they fight, the less they can fight me. Got a greenskin. I think the greenskins are attacking Manfred. Oh, Schwarzhafen has been raised. And we got the Dark Brotherhood. There we go. That one's now ours. Let's see if we can see what's going on down here. Okay, there's Manfred. Looks like Vlad has raised Schwarzhafen. That is a interesting move. Okay, Prince Deskhead, you can have Conqueror, because you are a Conqueror. Indeed you are. We've also got King Rakhash has got another skill point. Let's go for Arrows of Asaph. Do I think that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You've got a couple of Tomb Scorpions, you've got some Stalkers, Mushabti. Carrion is kind of nice, and of course the War Sphinx is good. And Pashidu, you've got a skill point as well. We'll go for the Master Builder so we can get another big unit. And I guess here we're going to want to get the Bone Wharf. Let's upgrade that. And I think we're going to go for the Mausoleum as well. And the Master, but let's get all those buildings up and ready to go. And we also need to get La Mizash in range of the city so that it can defend it, so that he can defend it, if it comes under attack. I think we just double check that. Yep, he is in range. That's, in fact, we can just do that. And we will take the Canopic Jars, I think. There we go. That dwarf army is now dead, which is very nice. And can we get into the city? Not quite. Can we march into the city? Yes, we can. Good. So that's going to up our public order there. That's what we need. Let me just double check. We don't have any obelisks here. That's why everyone was so cranky. Oh, we do. We do have an obelisk. So what we got? Difficulty level, corruption and taxes. Yes. So we need to build this province up a little bit more, I think. I think that's the thing we need to do. And Foktem has got a skill point, I think. Do we want to go replenish troops? So we can put some skeletons back together. I think, yeah, we'll do that because we do kind of need the replenishment at the moment, so that seems like a sensible option. King Peter Andre, you can just continue to raid. That's all good. We can also move Ibemus Mittens and Khalida up to try and intercept Abashik Blood Gatherer. So that's his army there. He's got a couple of Ragnarok Spiders, 3 Minotaurs, 2 Centaurs, some Savage Orc Boar Boys, some Savage Orc Bestigors, a Cygor. That Cygor is very dangerous. It's rank 9, which makes it horrendously accurate. It can blat a unit of skeletons in about 3 volleys. It is that strong. So we definitely don't want to take that on alone. Hatip. It's got skill point. I think we're going to go with... You know what? I think Doom and Darkness, because that gives an added area effect to that leadership debuff, and that leadership debuff is quite potent. That can turn an army that's sort of wavering into an army that's disappearing into the hills. So that's definitely a good option, especially against greenskins and an army like this as well. Very susceptible to morale shocks, I think. Peter, you're just chilling there. We've got a skill point. Not skill point. Technology. Got some technology. Do I want to get another follower? I was thinking about saving up for another army. But we'd need 800 canopic jars for another army. Whereas we can get the Heralds in Power, which would give us another army capacity. But we'd only need 750 jars if we got all of these and we can get the Heralds empowered. So maybe we want to do that. So let's get the Herald of Marak. With gilded bones and magically honed blades, the golden host of Marak with the glory of the Third Dynasty. Sounds good. Let's do that. And Peter, you're just chilling there. Satet, we're going to move you. Well, let's just do some raiding, and we'll just move you up. Just ready for when we do declare war on Grimgor, which is coming very, very soon. So while we've almost completed the short campaign victory conditions, we are going to go for the long campaign victory conditions. That does mean killing all of the vampires. But everyone loves killing vampires. Van Helsing, Buffy, and all the others. Okay, I think they're in range so we can grab them next turn. Got a while, that's fine. We've got the Herald of Marak. That's good. Great Incantation of Kassar is back and ready to go. We also want to get Araru over to... I think we're going to see what the Vampire Coast is up to. Because then maybe Marak can... or Rakhash even can go over and beat them up. Only 2 more turns there. And then he can leave on his grand voyage. That'd be exciting. Who do I want to give?
Libaris shall rise again.
You have quite a few Tomb Guard. You've got more though, so maybe we want to give you Herald of Marak. So it gives 10 armour and weapon strength for Tomb Guard units. On the other hand, High Queen Khalida already has the Herald of Jeff, which gives Death Blow to Tomb Guard. So do we want to give them the extra weapon damage as well? By
the gods. To be trusted.
I think I'm going to give it to King Peter Andre. He doesn't have any followers at the moment. No one's following him, and that must be, you know, for an artist such as him, that must be awful. So we're going to give him a Herald of Marak to follow him around. That'll cheer him up no end.
Find my harem.
Okay, I remove some mittens. You're going to move up, and then Khalida, you're going to, and we're going to get this next Book of Nagash. So that's the Dwellers of Zardok. Now you die. Bad news for you, chap. We're already dead. So we're going to see if we can get the next Book of Nagash. I think this is Book 7. The Flock of Jeff, all hail to Jeff of course, is hanging over on the right side of the battlefield while our army moves into position. However, the Cygor, which is located over here, is going to take some pot shots at the poor old Flock of Jeff. So he's throwing boulders at them. And he cracks one right on the head. Poor old Jeff 8. I think that's Jeff 8. I think that was Jeff 8. He's taking a crack to the noggin. He's okay. But I guess at least the Cygor's throwing rocks at the Flock of Jeff rather than a whole bunch of squishy skeletons. So I guess that's not so much of a bad thing. So there's a Cygor there. They've got units of Vestigors. They've got Savage Orc Biggins. They've got these Centaurs with great weapons. Lots of Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, Boar Boys, and a few units of Spider Riders. Now, I have fought this battle before, and I just used Khalida's army, and it was a bit of a... It was fine, but we took a lot of damage. We did win, but the flock of Jeff was reduced to... Well, it wasn't a flock anymore. It was one Jeff with 4 HP, so that wasn't great. Only just barely managed to save them, and our units took a lot of damage. The Minotaurs managed to get in amongst the infantry, and Minotaurs and infantry get on like a house on fire. And if you've ever been on a house on fire, then you know what that's like. So the enemy army is currently just wandering around, using some barrages to do a little bit of damage to them, maybe just try and coax them into attacking. We've also got a couple of Ragnarok spiders, which is that's fun. The flock is keeping the Cygor busy. I mean, the one thing you have to say about the Cygor is that it's amazing how accurate he is, considering his lack of depth perception. Still, good going. I mean, it really does show that the Beastmen are very much an equal opportunities employer. If you're giant and can throw a boulder, you know, a mile, then you can join the Beastmen. So that's nice. Probably helps if you're covered in your own feces as well. So our army's drawn up into position. Our Screaming Skull catapults, we do have 2. We're opening 5. We do have lots of units held in reserve just in case. A couple of Ushabti back there. We've got the Ushabti with great bows as well. Units of Stalkers on either flank, preparing to deal with these cavalry. The Stalkers are absolutely fantastic anti-large units, and as such, just one of these will be able to tie up every single one of these cavalry units. So the Minotaurs taking a right pounding at this moment in time. That's ideal. We want to shoot them to pieces. We don't want any of these things getting into melee range if we can at all help it. Over on the right flank, some boar boys are moving in to attack our chariots. We don't want that. So the Sphinx of Ukub and the Stalkers are going to try and intercept some of these guys. And we've also got Khalida and a unit of the Cobra Riders as well, just in case. The chariots are just going to keep out of the way. We don't want them engaged in cavalry fights. That's a fight they won't win. Khalida's going to take on a unit of Centaurs by herself and win. She's already killed a few of them. Got some units, a unit of Savage Orc Boar Boys charging our Tomb Guard. That's fine. And the Sphinx and a Ragnarok Spider are Godzilla-ing it out. 2 giants engaged in combat. However, the Sphinx is anti-large, the Ragnarok Spider is not, so the Sphinx is going to easily win that engagement. And the chariots have now managed to get free of that cavalry fight, as the Stalkers and Cobra Riders easily finish off and engage those Boar Boys. The infantry fight's going very, very well. The Minotaurs are unsupported and taking a lot of damage. The Stalkers on the left flank are, as I said, holding up this entire cavalry charge. How many units are there? 3 units of enemy cavalry. Admittedly, 2 of them are Forest Goblin Spider Riders who are garbage, so there is that. But the Stalkers are just going to sit there and tank the lot. Not even a competition. That's going to leave the rest of our line free to just open up on the enemy. There goes Ibemoose. Let's engage it. He's chasing down some Bestigors. Some Minotaurs give him a good old charge, but Mittens does not give a flying shit. And tying down the Minotaurs means they're just easy targets for all of our archers, and the Minotaurs are going to go down very, very quickly. Our chariots are now free to chase down all of these fleeing infantry units. Over the distance, the flock of Jeff it's basically been the target of the Cygor the entire battle, but to be honest, I'm fine with that. We weren't going to win by attacking the Cygor, even though the Cygor isn't particularly good in melee combat. The flock of Jeff is apparently even worse, so we could have pooped on his head, but it wouldn't have done much damage. So instead, we just distracted him as much as possible. And that meant he's only got a few kills. He only got 3 kills there. So that's fine by me. And we're going to be able to easily chase down the last few remnants of this army. It's just really the Beast Lord left alive. Beast Lord is just I mean, he doesn't quite know what to do with himself. He's watching his army get massacred. He's taking some shots from the chariot there. Ivymoose is probably going to come and deal with him very soon. He's also target of the artillery. So chariots are just going to be chasing down. The Cygor is now being driven off the field. Gets charged by chariots and the flock of Jeff, and off he goes. There's just some Savage Orc. Savage Orcs being chased. There's some Savage Orc big guns over here that are probably going to need to be chased down. Then come the chariots. It's always fun to watch chariots chase down routing infantry because they just do horrendous damage. They really do rack up kills incredibly quickly. Just sort of just ride over them and rack up the kills. Very nice indeed. And then of course we have the Beast Lord, who is still fighting. But don't worry, because Mittens has caught the scent. And he's not going to get very far. Well, I mean, you know, not literally. He will go quite far because Mittens is going to basically use him as a chew toy. Yeah, good Mittens. Needless to say, that was significantly easier than when Khalida took on that army alone, where, I mean, we still won, but it was just a bit more difficult. More units reached our lines, and the Minotaurs made a real mess of our poor Tomb Guard. However, that went rather well. Do I want the replenishment? I mean, I could take the Canopic Jars. That would speed up. Let's take the Canopic Jars. Might be being greedy, but never mind. And we have taken the 7th Book of Nagash. Little did these first vampires know Nagash's dark will had guided their actions all along. They found themselves at his fortress of Nagajissar, where the perfidious sorcerer welcomed his twisted children with open arms. Together they launched a fresh offensive against Nahakara, catching the recovering kingdom unawares. And that's going to give us 10 more Canopic Jars a turn, lovely, and more research rate, which is good. And we're almost, we can almost get another follower. So that'll be good. And it looks like Koronok Death Herd is now leading that army, apparently. And it's looking a little bit beaten up. So we can't quite chase it down. But I think that's I mean, it's not going to be difficult to finish off, I don't think. Well, if we can get our hands on it. Now, Khalida is level 35. And I've got a choice here. We can either go for Tomb Strike or Lightning Strike. Because we are... Let's see, we need... 2, 3... We need 4 more skill points for Lightning Strike. Yeah, so we can get Tomb Strike, but we wouldn't then be able to get Lightning Strike. And I would quite like Lightning Strike. I think I'm going to go for Lightning Strike. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go for Soul Reaper for the replenishment. Then we will go... God, I don't know. Maybe Canopic Jar? Hoarder? Just for 1. And then Attend Me. And then Lightning Strike. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's... I think that is going to be the thing. Because I just think Lightning Strike works so well when you've got those big mobs of armies like that Chaos Horde. If we could have just picked out one army in that, that is just such a powerful ability. Hatekor, you can have increased mobility. So we can move around a little bit faster. That seems fine. We've got 2 more turns there. Who's got King Peter Andre is just going to continue raiding. That's his thing. And we've got some research that we can grab. And I think I'm going to go for... Public Order +2 would be useful. So let's get the Proclamation of the Third Dynasty. That's 5,000 gold, but it's not like we can't afford it at the moment, so I am the 1% of Tomb Kings.
Great works unfinished.
Grimgor's going to be absolutely hopping mad when we declare war on him. Oh, there's Wurzag. There's a lot of greenskin armies there, isn't there? It looks like Manfred might be in a little bit of trouble. Maybe we need to go and beat up Vlad. Just for a little while. Or Grimgor. I mean, if the Greenskins wipe out the vampires, that's only good for us. That can only be a good thing. And everyone by now must know how much I hate Manfred. Although, to be fair, in my Steel Faith Overhaul Undead campaign, he did do pretty well. He did defend, I think it was... God, what's the city called? I've friggin' forgotten the name of it. Their capital, Drakenhof. Drakenhof, he did defend it against a very, very large greenskin horde. So, there is that. Anyway, we've picked up... so, King Rakhash is an engineer, that's nice. We've got a proclamation of the Third Dynasty, that's going to give more public order and income from settlements, that's very nice. And King Lamish has picked up a highborn of Khemri with more public order, so that's all very nice. I think Prince Deskhead is going to go and beat up Wurzag over here. It's going to assault his units. Boop. There we go. We've booped them. We've booped them good. Just going to continue doing that. Let's give Deskhead a Blade Master. Sure. Would be nice to get... there is another Book of Nagash at Drakenhof Castle, so we should probably grab that. I also need to finish off this army down here. But it is getting away from us. That is a problem.
Focus.
I think maybe...
Find my harem.
let's send Ibermoose and Mittens after him.
I deign to move.
We'll do that and we'll send Khalida back.
We do not
Get Khalida back in our own territory to recover a little bit. Ibermoose and Mittens going to chase down Sharudai Darkhearts is what he's going to have to kill. I don't know whether this army is now moving on my settlements or whether it's sort of a case that it's just continuing on its patrol path. I don't know what armies do once you've attacked them. So I might have just to keep an eye on that. We're continuing to raid there, that's fine. King Peter Andre, you continue to raid, that's fine by me. Satep, yep, you can continue to raid. Gordon Ramsay, you can come up here. We might want you to just beat up Ekron, just knock the walls down a little bit. Of course, we've got research. Yeah, so we can go for the... let's get chariots. Hawkish Precision, interesting. Or we can get Herald of the Scorpion, bonus versus infantry plus 12 for Tomb Scorpion units. Best by Sakoth himself, the Scorpion Guard can shrug off mortal blows and card through infantry with horrifying efficiency. Let's get that one. We can give it to Rakhash. Should help him on his little voyage, little expedition to Lustria. Okay, so there's the vampire. That doesn't look very vampire though, does it? So what's going on there? Oh my god, there's a lot of... jeez, there's a lot of Skaven corruption. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the Vampire Coast not riddled with vampire corruption. Interesting. Does that mean the Skaven are doing quite well in Lustria? And there's Chaos Warriors. Looks like Manfred is really in a spot of bother right now. Poor old Manfred and his little round head. Oh my god, yeah, there's Lord Skrolk. Interesting. Normally, the Skaven get their ass kicked. Where are you going? Okay, we've got the Herald of the Scorpion. So that's very nice. And the Mizash is a builder, that's fine. Satep, yep, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to Rakhash over here. We're going to give him the Herald of the Scorpion. That's going to buff up. He's got 2 Tomb Scorpions. That's going to give them more anti-infantry abilities, which is very nice. That's good. And we're going to have to go and chase after this army again. As quickly as... But I don't know what it's going to do. If it goes for, like... Argdu Migdal, that's going to be annoying. Oh, where's Gordon Ramsay when you need him? Bloody miles away, that's where he is. Okay, we need to deal with that army before we do anything. Ramnereth.
They have served me well.
They really have. We could go for... I mean, more winds of magic would be nice. You have power drain, that's plus 15. It's plus 10 and more research rate. Let's go for Keeper of Law. Let's do that. King Peter Andre, you can continue. Gordon Ramsay, can you go and just damage the walls? Nice work. And you've got a skill point as well. Let's... We could give you a chariot. Would Gordon Ramsay want to ride around in a chariot? Maybe. He'd also want to block armies, though, in my opinion. So let's give him block army. That's a Gordon Ramsay, well known for blocking armies. Okay, yeah, so there is a lot of Skaven corruption here. 46, in fact. Osmosis is 12. Jesus. The Skaven must own a lot of territory here. They've got the blood swamps. That must be...
My eyes gone, but I see.
Oh, Skrulk, you do not like us.
Nothing.
That's not true, Skrulk. There's plenty we can offer you. I mean, not right now, but we could potentially at some point offer you stuff. So that would be good. On the other hand, we could just... I mean, getting the Book of Nagash would be easier if we didn't have to kill 15 armies of Skaven. So there is that. However, we do. Rakhash now has his Kemerian War Sphinx, so I think we're going to head over to Lustria now. Let's go and grab the... Oh, we're going to take a lot of attrition damage because it's... Deep waters during a storm, yeah. Well, let's go and grab the Lost Convoy. That's a little bit of money. That's fine. We can then move over here. That's okay. We don't want to head... Yeah, it's going to take a little while to get over here. And we're going to take a little bit of attrition. So we just need to keep that in mind. And King Satep, you can just continue doing your thing, really. But you've got a skill point. Ooh. Maybe I'll just give you Returned in Madness. It's a good ability to take, I think. That physical resistance is just nice to have. So let's do that. Desk Head. Can we... There's Castle Drakenhof. Yep, there is... There's a Chaos Army there. And it looks like poor old Manfred is not having the best of times. Chaos apparently have razed a lot of his cities. He's just got Castle Tempelhof and Castle Drakenhof left. And Wurtbad is under siege by something. So, poor old Manfred. What a shame. Come from... Oh, we could just get the proclamations, maybe. Or we could go for the Wizard. It's going to take 12 turns. We won't be able to get the Heralds at the moment, but then we could save up. We could save up 450 jars. We could get all of them, one after the other, and then the extra army. So let's go for the Wisdom of the 6th Dynasty. A resurgent Nehekara reached its peak under Al-Qadisiar. Nagash returned, and after years of war, Nehekara finally fell into decay. Sad times. So it was like the Warriors of Chaos are still fighting, but the other 2 Chaos factions have been wiped out. Normally there's 3 Chaos factions, so I think maybe if you're playing Nehekara, they mould them into one of the other ones, so you don't end up with Chaos armies effectively spawning directly inside your territory. They might have done it for all. They might have just done it generally, but maybe it's just for if you're playing Nehekara. I'm not sure. Interesting. The exiles of Nehek have declared war on Karak-Ziflin, the Empire and Bretonnia. There seem to be a lot of factions that declare war on those 3. I don't know why that is. Are you going for Argorn? You little shit. Okay, we've got King Peter Andre is level 14. He's also got a thing. He's a raider. He's level 15 and he's a raider. And he's also... Oh, he's level 50. Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Good. So we need to get Khalida down here. Really going to... Right, okay, we're just going to have to march down. I don't think he can get away now. I think he's stuffed, so hopefully we should be able to catch him next turn and wipe him out. King Peter Andre does have a skill point, which we're going to go with... What does he have? He's got a lot of Tomb Guard. Got a lot of archers.
Beloved of Asaph.
And we could... Yeah, well... I don't think there's any point going... I don't think there's any point going down the second block of red skills yet because his army isn't that. We could go for Stalker skills though. So we could go for Stone Sentinels because that would give us more melee attack, more charge bonus, more weapon strength. So let's do that. Let's get Stone Sentinels. Seems like a good move. Yeah, you're just going to continue to raid for the moment. Gordon Ramsay, can you have another crack at the walls? Good job. You can also have a chariot. How's that? It's good, isn't it? A chariot. You can just ride around. It's pretty fun. Don't worry about that. King Rakhash. Still a... Do I just go through the storm maybe? It will take a lot of attrition damage though. I think we're just going to hold off until the storm passes. There's no rush. There's no rush. We don't need... I mean, you don't want a bunch of skeletons being seasick, do you? That'd be awful. A little pyramid boat. Which is punted by crocodiles, I guess. That boat must be huge and they've got pyramids on it. And why does it have to be pyramids? I mean, it just seems needlessly complicated. Never mind. Okay, so we will catch the Sharidu Darkheart and finish him off, and then we can begin our attack on the Greenskins. But that is going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.